Hey guys, Jamie Alexander here. So I just completed a 3-day spiritual juice fast, and I wanted to let you guys in and share with you some of the things that I personally do to increase my intuition, to move forward, and to get to the next level in life. And I did a pretty detailed video on what happened throughout my days, how God spoke to me, and how I used what I knew to help me get to what I know now. And when I tell you by the stroke of midnight on that 3rd day, everything that I had intended to receive, I did. So I hope you guys watch and you enjoy, and shout out to Press Juicery for the amazing and convenient juices that allowed me to have nothing but juice for 3 whole days. All right, thank you. Hey guys, Jamie Alexander here, and thank you so much for tuning in. I am here to share with you not only the benefits of a 3-day juice cleanse, what it can do for your body and for your health, but also from a spiritual aspect. And this is not something planned. I just knew that when I woke up, well, let me not say it wasn't planned. My sister, I'm gonna go through the story with you, but this was definitely something I wanted to share from a very real, open and honest level. So I'm even gonna share some things that I wrote down with you guys and kind of walk you through my 3-day spiritual juice cleanse and process. So first of all, it is December 1st today, 2017, and it's a Friday. So when I first started doing this cleanse, I was planning to start on Monday and do a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. However, it just didn't work out like that with the schedule. So I went to go to Press Juicery. They were having a sale. I absolutely love Press Juicery. They have an amazing product that I truly enjoy. Little plug there. But they had a sale going on, which was even better. Got to save some money. So on Monday, I went to go pick up my juices and everything. Kind of ate vegan and soup and very light on Monday, knowing that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I was going to fast. And the beautiful part about that is it worked out perfectly because symbolically, in my mind, Friday is the end of the week, but it's also the first of the month. So it's such a symbol of endings and new beginnings. And that's the way I'm looking at it. So as I go through this, there's a lot of symbolic things such as numbers, time, synchronicities, friends, all type conversations, books, all types of little things that I personally use to move forward, to hear from God, to strengthen and sharpen my intuition. And these are the things that I want to share with you. So first, on Tuesday, I wrote down the intention, actually the day before, Monday night, I wrote down the intention of my cleanse and what I was shooting for. And I've been feeling the need to cleanse. I cleaned my house top to bottom, cleaned out all my closets. I just intuitively felt like I just need to clean. I just got to clean. I got to get whatever's old off me. I just got to move. You know how you feel when you just have a feeling. It's nothing that you can explain, but I was just like, I got to clean. I got to do everything I can do to just clean whatever is old out of me because I feel I'm moving into a new season, a new mindset, a new dimension. I can feel it. So my intention was to allow blessings, and I'll just show you. I didn't mind sharing this because I think it'll be helpful just to know, and you'll get a word from it from, whatever speaks to you. So allow blessings, allowing is a big thing. I put that in caps and bold. Become a receiver. Let love in. Clarity about direction. And in that clarity, I was in prayer about God leading me to fertile soil. I watched a church message maybe a couple weeks ago about being a good seed, and you're a good seed and all these things, but you need to be planted in fertile soil. So I was like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. And when I first heard it, I was like, okay, well, where's the money at? Let me put myself around where the wealth is, where the money, I have business and things that I want to do, and I can't do it on my own. It's too big. So I'm like, is that what it means? Blah, blah, blah. So it's been in my heart for a while, like, show me where fertile soil is. Show me where the fertile soil is. Make the fertile soil clear to me. And I'll tell you how that came about. celebrate where God has me now, and fall in love with Him every day. This was important to me because I am a single woman, and as much as I desire a partner, I also know that it's going to be in God's timing, and if at all, which no matter what, I wanted to get to a place where I was full of God's love and wasn't yearning for love from a man. Even though it's beautiful to be together and that's what we're made for, I wanted to rid myself of that wanting, like in a way where maybe that energy has been keeping him away while I get centered, clear, and emptied. I don't know, but there's so nothing wrong with celebrating where you're at, which I'm so excited and happy. And also really, really diving into what it means to have a loving relationship with God. And so many things were revealed to me with that. Make my authentic voice known and clear. That's really important to me because coming from having to unlearn being a perfectionist, having to do everything right, having to do things so people like me or don't get mad at me, or all the maneuvering we do when we pile up things where the ego keeps you small and fighting everything, fighting your greatness simply because you don't want to get hurt. So that's something that became very clear to me, and that and growing in my trust in God, this has really, really helped me over a period of time get to where I am now. And I know that this cleanse was part of the final stretch to just, I'm telling you, to clean it out. You know when you clean your house and you get in the baseboards, the cracks and the crevices, and you get on the floor? It's one of those, but from an internal standpoint and external, because my house is sparkling. I am the gift. So that's something that my sister said to me, and it resonated with me because I do feel like the gift. If I am lent or given to a project, a room, a scenery, a person's time, I am a gift. And it's okay to say that without feeling conceited, but I love to make people feel good. I love to give people permission to be themselves. I'm not judgmental. I'm an open vessel to hear, and if you want advice, I'll share it. If you just need an ear, I'll give it. I definitely have a deep sense of love, so I'm okay with recognizing that I'm a gift. And we as women, we're all a gift, but this was me recognizing it for me. And then my sister also said something. She hears from God in a different way, which is really beautiful. And being able to speak to her, and it's so good to have people around you that you can bounce things off of and ask for help, or be like, what you think about this? And when they love God, they're coming from a good place. They love you. It's a really great thing. So she had mentioned that God wants to make me a fisher of men. And that speaks to me because, again, a few weeks ago, I was on a prayer call, and a friend of mine who's stepping out in his purpose, Jay Shep, he was talking about going out into the deep, which was also something on my mind. And I'm going back to these weeks ago because I want to show you guys how you can be conscious. I'm sure you are, but I want to show you how I was conscious about really making change and holding on to what stood out to me. When something stands out to me, I keep it, I nurture it, I look at it, I put it in different angles, and because I know it means something for me. So until I get that unfolding and clarity about what it means, I keep it on my heart. So he had said, go into the deep, and that stood out to me because I know it's time for me to go out into the deep. However, at that time, I did not know what that meant for my life. So I put it in my pocket along with the fertile soil and my authentic voice and finding things like that. So mind you, these things are all in the pocket as I'm going through this cleanse. And that's why I wrote it down. Make me a fisher of men. And then I wrote, it will all come to me. I will just be. Because I have a healthy and delicious appetite for ease right now. Can we just keep it easy? I'm not stressing, I'm not trying, I'm not pressing, I'm not grabbing, I'm not reaching, I'm not forcing. I am at ease, and I intend to keep it that way, because when I'm at ease, I can hear, I can relax, I can maneuver. It's a blessing. Just let's get into that ease and how easy life can really be if we allow it. So I wrote that down, like, I will just be. I am enough. So that was the night before. Then, earlier that day on Monday, I talked with my sister and I told her, I was like, I want to really narrow down what I ended up narrowing down after our conversation on the call. And when I spoke those words, it was 134. In my family, we love numbers. My sister circle, my family, we love numbers. 134 adds up to 8. So that's when I made the declaration of what I wanted to do. So 8 is also my life path number. 8 is the sign of infinity, fortune, and it's unbroken. So that was a good sign. And so we talked for a while. She shared some of the things that I shared with you and I shared with her, and I just got more clear and intentional about the cleanse. So now I'm really excited because I'm like, all right, tonight I'm gonna write it down, and I wrote down what I just put here. And when we got off the phone and hung up, I noticed we were on the call for 44 minutes. 4 is a number of foundation. It's a master healer number. So that stood out to me. 44 minutes, I'm looking like 4 plus 4 is 8. We're back to where we started. So for me, that conversation meant full circle. And that's how I knew it was in alignment with my desires. So the next day, so I watched a church service, and it was about cleansing. And the beautiful part about it is because when you have an intention and you start seeking, that's when the right things will stick out to you. So I love me some TD Jakes. Let's get into it. TD Jakes, Sarah Jakes, PT, One Church LA, the Potter's House. I love it all. Right now, that's like they're working for me. So I picked something out that TD Jakes put, and I also made notes during that, which I don't do often, which I would like to do more of. And he talked about a new place and new habits, and you might have heard this in some of my scopes. Oh, one quick thing. When my sister was on the phone, she was like, well, why don't you do a YouTube video about it? And I was like, all right, just to say, I haven't really been on as much. And then I was like, well, what I can do is document my 4 days, the post day 1, day 2, and day 3 of the fast live, and they'll do a culmination of that for YouTube, which is what you're watching now. And with the vibration of our call being about 4s and 8s and intention and intuition, that told me that this will bless someone, because this is a very intentional video. It just touches me. So TD Jakes talked about how babies, when you're a baby, your entire world is the womb. And that is the only world that you know. But when you pass through the canal, you come out and you got all this stuff all over you, and it's the afterbirth, but now you're in a new world. And when we birth babies, we don't leave the afterbirth on them. That just would be gross, right? So why would we, from our old world and old dimension, transfer to a new world and leave old stuff on us? Like I told you in the beginning of the video, I feel that I'm going to the next level. So I don't want anything old on me. Hence the cleanse. I'm doing what I can do. And I know God is going to meet me where I can't, with whatever I can't do. And I'm sure of that because just like with the baby analogy, the baby can't wash himself. He receives help from those that are able. So if I can do all I can do by coming on through to the new dimension, then I know I'll be met with help to help clean off whatever old thoughts, habits, and everything from my old world that won't serve me in the new world. So, and then he mentioned master healing. So back to the 4 being a master healer number, that's something that stood out to me. So I was like, ooh, I know I'm about to get my master healing up in here. So, heal the effects, the internal damage. And, I just said a prayer and to show me and help me understand my value and worth. Show me and what you think of me. Like, this is an emergency, Lord. I need a touch from you. So that was my prayer, and I went to bed. So the next day, and I also, TD Jakes gives hype. So I was in the mode of writing how I'm going to reclaim my life. So I made a list of all the ways I would reclaim my life. Courage, love, faith, fire, boldness, beauty, acceptance, belief, power, identity, life, miracles, grace, peace, deep romance, intimacy, my birthright, communication, growth, and thriving. So rejoice in survival. And I thanked God for what he already did in my life. So the next day was actually day one. I'm doing all this. This is like day one of my fast. So that was amazing. You know, I really wanted to get into, for day one, I was just excited at this point. I hadn't even started the fast yet. And look how it was so set up. I mean, so the next day, I had started the fast, and I had a really chill day. And everything that I was thinking about now that I was in cleanse mode, was really getting into God's love for me. Because as I told you, I'm like, okay, I want to celebrate where I'm at so fully. And so that day was just a good day. I don't have too many full crazy notes, but I had my juices going. I had 5 juices that day, a glass of tea, and tons of water. When you're juicing, definitely drink a lot of water. It'll help you eliminate, and drink the water in between the juices, because that helps you digest the juices. So from a health perspective, this is something that you can do. You may be hungry, but that's fine. Anytime you feel that hunger pang, think about why you're doing this and the intention of the fast. Have some water, have another juice if you need to, and move on. Sacrifice the food. It's that simple. If you want to get to another level, sometimes it requires sacrifice. So let it go, you know? And so when I was thinking about God's love for me, I wrote like a whole little thing about how God loves me so much. He never judges me, even when I've been mean to him. You know, he loved me and gave me grace, protected me when I wasn't even able to protect myself. You know, he thinks that I'm to die for. You know, I've never gone without. He never gives up on me. He keeps me afloat, you know, and I was just professing my love for him so much for what he's doing and gonna do, even when I didn't deserve it. Like, you even meet people, when people are mean, we have a hard time giving them grace, or we want to judge them, and we're just like, I can't. But God is just like, oh, my child, you'll work through this, and I love you so much. I'll always be here. And that is beautiful. And I've always had that, period. And I've gone through this. My life ain't easy. Nobody's is. But from being broke, almost evicted, bullied, cyberbullied, by a man and in person. I mean, I've been through just ups and emotional loss. It's just, you know, we all go through things. But what I can say and what I can celebrate is God's been with me the entire time. That's love. I love him. So I wrote my little love note. That night I went to bed and I woke up. I'm a dreamer. So I had a dream that night about a party. So I do a monthly brunch party called Chop It Up Sundays. Go to chopitupsundays.com. If you live in LA, we get down every third Sunday because I love getting together with friends. I'm always going to do that for the rest of my life, whether it's a house, any restaurant, or whatever. I'm always going to pull people together because it makes me so joyful. So in my dream, I literally had a beach brunch party. Doesn't that sound fun? Yes, I think so. So when I woke up, I was excited about this party because wherever something led me, thoughts, I came up with a new event concept, and I was just pumped when I woke up. So I started writing it down, and I immediately caught myself because I was like, oh, I don't know if I can. And I was like, no. I was going into that mode of like, I don't know if I can because it's going to, and just that scared, like, okay, just as something that scared me. And I was like, no. So rejecting that, a huge bus just rolled by, and the number was 4404. So it caught my eye as we're talking about fours. But so once I snapped myself out of that, I'm like, I can. And other times when I wanted to, I did. I can and I will. I am done. So my mantra for the day became, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And I just kept that mantra on my heart all day long. Wrote down some ideas, and I wrote down the dream and everything like that. And again, at night, I did my writing. And after a day of meditating on, you know, what I can do, speaking life over my life, I can, you know. So the end of the day, so the way this fast is kind of gone is like, in the beginning of the day, I'll wake up with something, carry it through the day. And at the end of the day, I was like, oh, I need something else. So I was kind of letting this fast intuitively take me to where I needed to go with honest questions on my heart. And of course, as you can see, it's still in line with what I started with: allowing blessings, becoming a receiver, letting love in, clarity, celebration, authenticity, and being the gift. So at night, I was like, okay, who am I? Who am I when I'm not trying to impress? Who am I when I'm not trying to be right? Who am I when I'm not trying to be someone? Who am I when I'm not nothing but me? And I had to check in with myself and ask every now and then. I don't know if y'all do that, but I do. So I started writing a bunch of things. At first, I didn't know what to write. I'm like, well, I don't really have hobbies. I don't speak another language. I'm not like a makeup artist or a dancer, or I've never really been that. I'm a little all over the place. I like a lot of things. So I came up with little stuff like I'm 90s R&B. I'm a vibe. I'm a feeling. I'm a lifestyle. I'm wine. I'm Frank Sinatra. I'm Tupac. I'm all these things. So for me, that was amazing. And I started writing down things about people who have always held me close and said loving things about me and appreciation and spoke life over me when I did or didn't see myself. So friends, Naja has been very instrumental in that. My dad, I have a friend, Brian, who spoke great things. Kendra, Keandra, you never know when you are helping someone. And I am just grateful because I listened to those words and now I'm able to marinate on them. And then so after asking who am I got really into how do I clear out my subconscious mind? So I looked it up on the internet. Even though I kind of know things here and there, I want to know now from this new perspective. So it was about meditation, of course, visualization, and action-related affirmations. So I just started to reread some of the things that I know I want my life to look like, some of the things that I want to see, and writing these actionable things and reading them and enjoying it and visualizing it and feeling it. And that was nice. Then I went to bed. And so with the juice, I'm still juicing. I worked out that morning. Day 2 of the fast. Usually I never work out on the fast, and you're gonna wanna temper your own body. But I went to Sweat Garage, taught by my friend Megan. So Sweat Garage in LA, it was a great class. I took it easy on the treadmill. I did what I could. I didn't over push because I didn't want to be starving. And that worked out. I drank a lot of water. I was fine. I felt fantastic. Came home, took a bath, a detox bath, and we'll get into that some other time. But I just took a bath and was just feeling myself. I mean, I just had a day and I gave myself space to do all that. And, then I got into the who am I and everything I went over for the night. So I do want you to know, although I was on a fast, I did work out. And it was great. If you choose to work out on a fast, temper yourself. Don't go in, don't get crazy weights, whatever, because you don't want to be hungry and you don't want to exert so much energy that your body's like waiting for you to fill it up and then you start going. But you can do something. You can sweat. You can do a little something. It's really, really nice. And it was so good to sweat because that's part of cleansing. So I did all that. And day 3, a glorious day 3, which was yesterday for me. There's some other stuff in here. Steps, no. Look over. Okay, cool. So I wrote down a glorious day 3. And this is really special because my friend Keandra came over. We weren't planning that, but she was on the fast as well. So we exchanged notes. She's brilliant and kind and loving and godly. And I'm so glad to have a friend as such. And why not have Keandra over if Kendra can't come through too, who happened to fly in late last night to grace us with her presence. I was like, girl, come on over. So anytime we get together, we just chat and go over stories and what God's doing in our life. And it's really important to have good and supportive, incredible, amazing friends that support and understand, and you can speak a certain language with that. Yeah, maybe your acquaintances, not everybody has to be like whatever, but get you some friends that are good. And these are my friends, my sister circle. So we were sitting, talking, and just getting revelation and downloading. And Kendra was like, we should put this on Facebook. We should do a Facebook, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay. I got tripods, phones. I got all kinds of stuff because I'm always filming something somewhere. So I was like, let's do it. And we sat and had a sister chat live on Facebook and Periscope. And so many people were blessed by it, by our impromptu. We didn't have to do our makeup. Hey, what are we doing? Planned it? No, it was just like, people need to hear this, y'all. We should just share. And we did. And I hope you watch that. I'll see if I can put a link to that in this as well, so you can, if you feel so led to watch our sister chat, it may bless you as well. So that was amazing. And we all got to, it was just amazing. You're just gonna have to see it. But for me, being on the third day of my fast, to be receiving like this, I remember sharing with Keandra that day, like, I feel like I'm getting all these downloads and I see this and I'm headed in the next dimension. I'm speaking life over 2018, you know, this, that, and the other. And I was just like, but doing something risky, that big step, going into the deep, I'm still not clear. Like, I don't know what that means for me. There was still some uncertainty. But something even in my spirit jumped up and told me, like, but you'll know by the, just give it time. I didn't want to press it and just keep digging at it. And I don't know. I was just like, but it'll come. Remember the being, ease, relax. So I also, at this point, start to know the way synchronicities happen to me. Sometimes things going on the outside world start to match the words and dialogue that are happening in my brain. Small example, and I won't go too much in it. I just, want to share this, but I had a book and I was flipping through the book, and the same time a certain word caught my eye, it happened to be the same word that Keandra was saying out loud. It was the word hour. But there was just something, I was just like, oh yeah, girl, I'm reading this book, and she was talking about the meter, and I was flicking through it like this and picked up the word hour the same time she was saying it. So it was kind of like, I get a lot of that. That happens to me a lot, synchronicity. And I don't know what to do with it all the time, but it helps me feel like I'm in the right flow. I'm on the right vibration. So Kendra was feeling like she needed to see God the way he sees us. You need to go up higher. Whatever is stopping you from seeing how high you can go, come on up here with me so I can show you. So we went to the Griffith Observatory, and I've lived in LA God knows how long and had never been. I was like, oh, this is amazing. So we went to the highest heights and just chatted, talked, looked over the city, everything. And it was just so beautiful to feel like the drop of water that felt like the ocean. To know that I'm so small yet so big. To watch everything going on and be like, there's so much life, there's so much to happen. We are small, but big enough to take the bite out of what God has asked and called us to do fearlessly. Because look at all this stuff going on. You kidding me? I'm going to really talk myself into believing there's no space for me? No. Believe bigger. So that's what we did. And we looked at the moon through the telescope, which was beautiful, and just had an amazing time in our own revelations unfolded. So I came home, showered, rewatched our little periscopes and everything, and I was just feeling good, and still drinking my juice, on the cleanse, drinking my water. And at 11:44, I kid you not, I was just like, oh, it's time to get off my phone. Enough with the, Twitter, all this whatever. So I got off the phone at 11:44, and I was like, all right, I was feeling a little hyped, but I was like, I'm gonna sit down, meditate, journal, and go to bed, like I've been doing. So I sat and probably closed my eyes for, I don't even know how long. It wasn't long at all. And all this stuff started coming to me. By midnight, y'all, I had so much clarity, simplicity on how I was going to move forward. I know what direction I'm going. This is the part I don't know how to explain, because I put everything that I wanted to do in a simplified manner on one page. I've never in my life been able to do that. I'm always like this and that, trying to explain and figure it out. And it just came out. And I was like, you have got to be kidding me. I don't know if I really have it. Because there was a part of me that was going to extend the fast to another day. And this is the fourth day I've not eaten. And I don't feel famished yet. I'm going to have something tonight. I have a few more juices. But to get the inkling to meditate at 11:44, which is my number again, 442, also 8. And before even midnight came, to be downloaded like this, like I don't know what to say. And that's it. I think I'll stop there. I wrote it down. I can't tell you what I wrote down because this is for me to marinate on and walk it out. You will see it in my business, in my life, in my future. Like, it's just, I just want you to be encouraged. So I just made sure to write down at 11:44 p.m., 11:30, 17, I decided to put my phone down and meditate. By the stroke of midnight, my whole life was taken care of. Clarity, love, peace, permission, fresh direction, a plan, all flooded in. And it's like, again, I told you, it's Friday, the last day of the week, first day of the month. Talk about endings and new beginnings. So I hope this blessed you the way it blessed me. My purpose is freedom, love, and fun. It will be in everything that I do, and I am always going to give permission to be themselves. And now I've learned how to give myself that permission. So the last 3 things, I find joy and purpose in creating space for others to feel permission to be themselves, but had forgotten to first create that space for myself. I give myself permission to grow in love with the beautiful man, my beautiful friends, and my beautiful life. And I give myself permission to gain wealth in massive proportions. I don't even know why I'm crying, but this was really important for me. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, have a beautiful and blessed rest of your day. I'm gonna go just sit on all that I've been able to share with you and just enjoy the beauty of the last 3 days. Okay, guys. Peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you're considering a spiritual juice fast, please ask me questions below and I will respond. May the rest of 2017 bless you.